You are now watching CLTV. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Mesdames, Mesdemoiselles et Messieurs, bonjour. Bienvenue sur CLTV, votre télévision préférée. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes dans la joie de vous avoir nombreux devant vos écrans en train de suivre cette émission qui s'intitule La santé mentale. Et nous avons sur ce plateau de professionnels, un professionnel qui va nous aider à pouvoir comprendre ce que c'est la santé mentale. C'est M. Abdul Shakur. Il est ici avec nous. Il travaille comme Bame Link Worker. Il travaille aussi dans le cadre de Covid-19. Il travaille aussi comme Dementia and Learning Disabilities Professional. Et nous avons également notre sœur Nana Masiala Mulumba qui va nous parler de son expérience par rapport à la santé mentale. Et cette émission va se tenir en français, en lingala et aussi en anglais pour atteindre notre audience qui parle beaucoup de langues. Et c'est comme ça que vous allez voir des fois quand la sœur parlera en français ou en lingala, nous allons essayer d'intervenir rapidement en anglais. Et tout comme lorsque M. Abdul se mettra à parler en anglais, nous allons intervenir peut-être pour expliquer en lingala ou en français. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CLTV. This is your preferred television channel. We're here with Mr. Abdul, who is a Bame Link worker, COVID-19, dementia and learning disability man with lots of experience. And it's our great joy to have him on our show, as well as our sister Nana Masiala Mulumba, who is going to tell us about her experience on mental health. So to start our program, I would like to ask my guests to introduce themselves to our viewers. Hello, Mr. Abdul.
Hi. Thank you. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me here. Mm-hmm. As you said, my name is Abdul Shakur. I work for Tameside, Oldham and Glossop Mind, mm-hmm. which is called Tog Mind. Mm-hmm. And that work is in Oldham, Glossop, Tameside. My role is working for communities facing racial inequalities, mm-hmm. Which we used to call Bame before as well. Mm-hmm. And it's like covering COVID-19 issues, dementia, mm-hmm. their carers, learning disabilities, carers, autism. Mm-hmm. So that sort of work I do, mainly working with community groups and individuals, those who have any issues around these things.
Thank you very much for coming, Mr. Abdul. And can I turn to Sister Nana, if you can introduce yourself to our viewers?
No, my name is Nana Masiala Mulumba. I live in Salford. Okay.
So welcome to CLTV. Can I just remind all the viewers that this is the opportunity for you to like, share and subscribe on our channel. And it will be very good for you to subscribe so that you cannot be missed out whenever we have our shows here at CLTV. Mr. Shakur, could you please let us know, or could you please tell us what is mental health?
Basically, mental health it's something person can go through any time in his life or her life. For example, if somebody is working, have a good life, no problems whatsoever, all of a sudden he lost his job or relationship is broken down, then person will go into kind of depression. He will have worries and some stress. So at this point, we will not call as a mental health. We will say that he is going through some kind of phase, and it's natural. If I lose my job, I will be stressed. If my relationship is not working well, or somebody is not well, or somebody died in my family, I will have all these effects. if I don't do anything for that right now, then it can go on, and then it can become a big problem as well. So if person is going through, all of a sudden some changes are coming in life, then we have to do few things. Then we can overcome with that. And this is what in my organization we do. Like when COVID-19 last year,
Yes.
a lot of people, because of lockdown,
Yes.
loneliness was the main issue. They were not connected with their loved ones.
Yeah.
They couldn't attend funerals, weddings. So all these things were making them stressed. And at that time, what we were offering, telephone consultation, giving them ideas how to cope with that. If we don't do all these initial preventions, it's like initial things, then it can be a severe problem if we just leave it like this. Then after 1 year, if somebody is in stress for whole year, obviously he will go to GP. GP might prescribe him antidepressants, and he has to go to. So it can go on and on.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, if we tackle the issue, then we can do a lot better for people. This is what we do in our organization.
That's great.
Yeah.
So now, what is the difference between mental health and madness?
There's no word madness we use. We can call it mental illness.
Mental illness, okay.
Yeah. So mental health, mental well-being is that if I've lost my job, then I have somebody who is talking to me, giving me a kind of an advice and information that if you lose your job, you lost your job, okay, you try again other jobs. There are other avenues. And then while you feel stressed, go for a walk, talk to your friends, engage yourself with different activities. That will help you to boost your confidence, self-esteem, and you will be able to look for another job as well. When it comes to faith communities, then we bring faith element as well while working with them. That you have to have a trust on someone, a superpower, which in your faith may be your God.
Yeah.
So then you can rely on Him. You do your hard work and leave the result in His hands.
That's right.
And then that gives them kind of a satisfaction. So there are very many different ways we can work with people. If we do not look after our mental well-being in the beginning, then it can become mental illness as well. And they have different illnesses, schizophrenia, psychosis, or severe depressions. So these are all illnesses. But when it comes to mental well-being, then anybody can go through this phase. It's natural. Losing job, relationship is not working, somebody died in the family, something happened back home. People, those who are here from abroad, maybe from Africa, from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, if somebody died for many reasons, you can't go in the funeral, that will give you kind of a bereavement issues.
Yes.
So these are the differences. And in each culture, we have different ways of expressing our feelings.
That's right.
So African people from Nairobi may be expressing in a different way. People from Nigeria, Ghana, Congo, people from
Mozambique.
Pakistan, Mozambique. Everybody has their own ways.
That's right.
In Africa, I don't remember the tribe, but in one of the tribe, if some person is stressed or have some kind of a minor even depression, the way that person from that African tribe will say to the doctor, I have got itchy in my skin.
Okay.
He doesn't have, or she doesn't have a skin problem.
Yeah.
It's just the way they talk.
Yeah.
For Asian culture, when woman goes to the GP 60 years old, maybe husband is not behaving in a way he should be, children are not listening, daughter is not married, she is 35 years old, that's worry for her. When she goes to the GP, she is not saying, I have got too much on my mind. That word they do not use.
Right.
I'm talking about first generation.
That's right.
British-born Asians are different. They know the system, they know the words.
Yeah.
But that old woman, what she will say, my heart is heavy. Maybe GP thinks she needs ECG.
Yeah.
She doesn't need ECG, man. You have to find out, my heart is heavy. I feel pain. I can't sleep. I cry too much.
Right.
I have pain. I've got too much weight on my shoulder.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah,
I
that,
can't sleep.
yeah, that
Can't
weight.
eat, no appetite.
That weight is. My son is taking drugs. What do I do? That weight is. My daughter is not married. There are no good proposals. These are the weights.
Right.
So
It means it's a cultural way to express what they are feeling.
yeah,
But if
sometimes.
you know part of our culture, you might probably go word by word,
Yeah.
not understanding the
Yeah.
content of
Yeah, and then
the reality this person is going
and then
through.
assessment can go wrong.
That's right.
Maybe assessor is asking through interpreter, are you depressed? No. So what we do in our organization, like my manager, line manager, our directors, our CEO, they are 100% committed to work with and engage with those communities.
Right.
African Asian communities and to understand how to work with them,
That's right.
and that gives me like a kind of a free hand to engage with people, talk to. I have got, like in my organization, the best thing which I found in Talk Mind, that I have a real 24-hour kind of access to my seniors, and I can discuss and talk to them, plus colleagues and staff. So then you can work more better with communities.
Yeah.
And then in last 3 years, I have got over 100 clients I had. And in COVID-19, I had over 500 people.
Wow.
Just in Oldham, I'm talking about.
Wow.
So because the way we engage, like interpreter, assessment, and the maybe social services or mental health, secondary care. Are you depressed? No. But what do I ask? Do you have tension? And then they tell all the tensions. Tension is the main word for Asian community.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Whether they speak English or not, whether they have been to school or college or not, they won't know maybe stress or depression. They may won't know anxiety, but they know tension because all Bollywood films have got tension word.
That's right.
Pakistani dramas have got tension word.
Right.
So sometimes when people are translating some material for Asian people or African people in their languages, they don't have to find every single word translated.
That's right.
For example, if they are giving a paper which says depression, right, okay. So they don't have to find the word for depression. There is no word for depression in Urdu or Hindi or Gujarati.
Right.
They can just put in alphabet using their language, depression, and everybody will know. We don't have to translate that word, depression, into other language. Because sometimes some translations are right, but are they really recognized in Asian community? Have they heard this word before? No, because there are two types of English. Shakespeare English is different.
Yeah.
Local English which we speak is different.
Yeah.
Everybody will not understand Shakespeare.
That's right.
So when you are translating, it's an academic word for translation. Depression translation is, in Urdu, for example, is zehni dabaw, means pressure on your mind. That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any
for
sense.
Asians,
That's
yeah.
right.
If you just put depression in using their alphabet, they will understand. So sometimes you don't have to translate everything.
So, if my understanding is correct for our viewers, mental health issues can affect anyone.
Anyone, yes, it can affect.
So it's no problem with that. But
No
the only problem is don't sit on it.
Don't sit on it.
You need to be able to express yourself
Yes,
and look for help.
right.
And that's where Tongue Mind, your organization, is there to
Yes.
help.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul. Let me turn to Sister Nana. She has a story to tell. Bonjour, ma soeur Nana. Alors, le lot solo bel comme Italie dépression. Na ba communauté africaine, mingi so ba bi ke mutra na santé mentale, pour l'autre la santé mentale. dans la communauté africaine, de manière générale. C'est vrai que Motobo a un santé mentale, parce qu'on a l'iboma. Mais en réalité, tu ne peux pas espérer Abdul Azim ça veut dire que santé mentale, problème la santé mentale peut affecter mon pignos. Et qu'on attend sous ma camarade vie d'autant la bien et qu'on attend sous mon toit dans les balles et du problème, et qu'on attend sous mon sala boy baby, ou bien couper la qui, ndé comment quoi bolingo quand en famille naïe, ndé à sali à sa situation de santé mentale. Alors, est-ce que au quoi qu'on ça biso quand même expérience naïo par rapport na mental health issues n'est-ce pas?
Expérience là, et ça, pour la mental health issue, c'est un problème qu'il y a immigration.
Right, my experience with regard to mental health issues, it's due to immigration problems.
Il y a un problème d'immigration, on a un de détention.
I was in detention.
Bon, tant que là, on a au Congo, tu vas être un choco qui est au bois Kamunda, au Salabou, au Salabou.
When we were in Congo, we did not really know that one day you will find yourself in a foreign country and seek for asylum.
And then when I seek my asylum, and then it's quand même compliqué, pour signer bakangio, côté détention.
When I fled my country and I came here and I sought for asylum, the situation became very complicated and I was detained.
And then la détention, nous avons les emballés bosso, tu vas oyer bamoté, des personnes de dépression.
Things like detention in a foreign country, it has been my first time to come across such a situation, and then I was depressed.
And then after na bimi détention, après avoir eu ma détention, bakanginga sous pour la deuxième fois.
Then after being detained for the first time, I was detained again for the second time.
And exactly comment qui moi été na lala sous
And I became sleepless, I didn't have any appetite to eat.
And como kanse belé, bakanse como ela hasa nini, como ela makanse komi ebele uzeba swelo ni na osa.
And I had a lot of thoughts going through my mind and I didn't really know what to do.
And then ego kangali susu.
And I was detained again.
So the depression et susu ya makasi. Right now tisikoyo nazawa kisi na kama umela.
So the level of my depression went very, very, very high, and up to date, I'm still on medication.
Tisikoyo na kama umela bakisi, kulala mona tamsuso zabo banda tongo ti olalite mais so vani na kitu mona ya moni sisali olali depression.
Right, it's very hard to sleep at night, but sometimes when I sit down on the chair or the sofa, then I can feel a bit sleepy. A very short time of sleep. And when that finishes, you cannot sleep anymore. You cannot eat very well, you think a lot. I am now attending some different organizations to seek for help. And I'm still puzzled because I don't know whether this depression will finish or not. So I'm just worried and I don't know what shall I do to get my depression finished.
Is it okay to find out which area living?
Est-ce que tu peux tunayo sur le fond dans le secteur nini, côté nini? I live on the flat in Salford.
Salford.
Yeah.
Okay. When it comes to asylum seekers, there are very many issues, especially in lockdown. When it comes to
Italie, demandeur d'asile, et ça m'a belé, c'est une période de lockdown, il y a confinement.
Especially when it comes to social isolation, like
surtout les Italie isolement, moto s'auto-isolé.
Yeah. In the case, there are certain things. People on asylum seekers cannot do the paid work, but they can do volunteer job.
Alors, na bato yo baza na dossier à immigration, ba demandeur d'asile, ba koyi ko sa misala te ba futa bango, mais ko sa misala ko to bengi ba travaux volontaires.
And they need two informations which are very important. One, solicitor, other, food bank.
Baza mami baleza très important pour na bango. Il faut baza na avocat. Et en plus que base en esiko ba kende ko biloko kolia ya ofele.
So what we do through our organization, we are working with asylum seekers and refugees. I also use social prescribing model.
Alors, dans l'organisation Nabiso, nous avons travaillé na ba demandeurs d'asile, pe ba réfugiés. Nous avons deux modèles au biso tozali ko sala sur le plan social.
And in social prescribing model is like supporting people with information what is available. So we give them links for solicitors and then information about food banks. So what we have done in Oldham, that I've got my WhatsApp broadcasting list with over 300 people, and out of which about 20% asylum seekers and refugees. So I send them information through WhatsApp every day.
Alors, là, on est dans la gane de Panabiso, dans Oldham, dans un groupe moko ya bato plus de 300. Na tina beaucoup d'informations na WhatsApp, na ba liste ya information tozana yango presque chaque jour.
Right. Then when it comes to, we ask them to contact the GP as well, and GP may prescribe some antidepressant.
Peut-être na bango ba contacter des fois ba médecin de famille na bango to bien en Angleterre GP, ba GP ba ko pesa ba kisi ba antidépressant ceux qui ont besoin nango.
Now the thing is, when you are on asylum, so if you think and if you worry, it will not change anything. So to avoid that, there are three things which person should do. Number one, must go for a walk every day.
Alors, ceux qui m'ont par exemple dans dossier makambo asile, kokanisa ebele et ochanger leur mon côté, au contraire osala makambo ebe baso kobeba parce que les autres tokosala na mutu. Et l'autre osenga na bato eza nini kosala makambo misato ya liboso kotambola kosala kwa mwa balade komeka kele komitambolisa.
Yeah. Walking, exercise.
Kosala exercice.
Exercise. Number two, connect means back home in Congo, if you have friends, relatives, talk to them whenever possible, or here with friends, talk to them. Don't sit alone.
Et là, comme il parlait, ils allaient se connecter na bato mususu so na bato mboka na parler na Congo, ko solaka na bango, ba développer na mboko oye, ko sola na bango, fanda yo moko aussi isolé te, solaka na bato.
And the third thing to do is learning something. Either learn, asylum seekers can go to attend some classes, maybe ESOL classes for English, maybe some community groups around. And in Salford, if you are, then I know which groups are, and I can always tell, I've got the information about whole Greater Manchester, where groups are, where to go. The best way to find out is from Salford Council, Red Cross groups.
Alors, là, quand il y a mis ça, ils allaient peut-être qu'on s'allait fort ou comprendre quelque chose. Ou quoi qu'on kende koye ko la parler anglais, so that on a ça faute, na za information à Greater Manchester Mobimba, on a au pesa yo, ba to ko pe a Croix Rouge, ba ko pe ko sunga yo. Quand c'est lié à ça, faut pas ko to ko pe information pas na.
And then they can learn something new. Also, they can do a volunteer work. And the other thing which they can do is eating proper healthy food, no junk food or rubbish food.
Alors, donc, eloko mosusu ezali kolia biloko ya kitoko, oli kolia biloko kaka ya mbuka bele, mais faut kolia biloko eza penza ya bien.
Yeah, and I can understand the amount of money which comes is very, very less.
Na so comprendre que parfois bambongo batozozwa eza moke penza.
Yeah, but there are food banks and places where people are there to support.
Mais eza na bisiko bapesa biloko oli ofele esika pi bato bazali pona kosunga.
Yeah, so that if we do all these things, it will keep us little bit less stress, less depression. Sleeping problems are, we have to find out what are the things which are not making me not to sleep. Is maybe I'm drinking tea and coffee very late, so that's not good. I have to try to wake up early no matter what happened one day, and then go out, and when I'm tired I will feel sleepy and I sleep on time.
Alors surtout ça m'a mis sur yo et on permettre que tout diminuer niveau il y a un problème dans un tout mais les camotali kolala il faut que to ye ko la malamu total lo ni ko sala gena la malamu ta mususu ta mela kabilo ko ba café na ba heure ta diva bana lala ou bien na bilo mona liaka o sa gena la malamu te.
Yeah. And there is a very good organization also for Afro-Caribbean and Black African people. It's called ACCG. I can send you the link. You can pass it through telephone. That organization is working across Greater Manchester. They have got loads of support and they send nice hot meal prepared every time.
Ils appellent une organisation mususu ou bazo sunga bazo travailler à Greater Manchester ko sunga bato ba peso biloko lia kitoko na tamu nyoso bazango posa.
And there are some church in Salford, some mosques, other community centers.
Ils appellent avec l'église, na ba mosquée, ba centre communautaire na Salford ou ba ko sunga yo.
So all these things can help. These are the things which will help to have a less stress.
Makambo o nyoso ndiko lobeza makambo ko sunga yo pour que oza na stress moi muke na makambo mutindo na ya santé mentale. Right, Mr. Abdul, can I just put one question to you right now?
Yeah.
If somebody is suffering from mental health, the advice you have given is very, very important. And let's say for those who are coming from overseas, seeking for asylum in this country, I know the process is very challenging.
It is.
Because most of people have fled from war zones, persecution and things like that. They find themselves in a foreign country where they have no connections at all.
Yes.
And working with the authority, how can the authority work with asylum seekers to improve their well-being? Because I understand we have had a few cases of people committing suicide. I know a friend of mine who killed himself simply because of the stressful situation he was into. Now, how can the local authority work and guarantee the mental health and the well-being of people coming here as asylum seekers?
Because my work is mainly in Oldham, so I can give you the example of Oldham, the way we are working. Asylum seekers are coming into different places in Oldham. So when I found out where they go actually, so one was the Baptist Church, and that group was managed by two organizations, one Wednesday, one Thursday. One Red Cross and one other organization, Oldham Unity, Oldham One something. And then they were going into some mosques as well, European Islamic Center Mosque and other mosques. So I had a meeting with them and I said that I want to come here and talk to them if they need any help or support in terms of mental well-being. And they were really happy and they allowed me to do. So then I started my own surgery there once in a week. They gave me a small room in the church or in the mosque as well. And then I linked with council department which is dealing with asylum seekers. And I attended their meeting and my name was there. So anything new or anything is coming, that council is regularly sending me an email and keeping me updated, and I'm updating asylum seekers. So we have to link with council department which is dealing with asylum seekers. Every council has one department, I'm sure. Oldham has got one. So then there is a Greater Manchester wide organizations as well working for asylum seekers and refugees. And they get all these information, what changes are coming. So that's how we have to link with them and go. Then it works more better. Plus we have to work with housing associations, those who are providing housing. Because some of their literature, what happened is like if I am asylum seeker, then one organization, I don't want to give you the name, they are responsible through council or government to provide flats or accommodation. So they gave me, my family, okay, this is your house or flat, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, you are living here. And then they will give me one kind of a piece of big paper which has got all the directions and everything. And in that direction, which is in English, sometimes it is very kind of bossy type. It has to be soft writing. Because when I'm reading, I'm just reading that it doesn't suit me. You have to be polite, man.
Yeah.
I'm an asylum seeker. And you have to be very clearly saying. One of the lines says, you cannot use any electric, like television or kind of thing. An asylum seeker was confused. He said, can I not have a television? Yes, man, you can have television. It's just you have to pay your own license fee. So you have to write that. For 7 months, that family was in with the view that I cannot have television in my house.
Wow.
When I rang them, I said, why is this line is not very clear? Oh, let me ask my manager. Okay, you go and ask your manager, man. And then after 5 minutes, she was on the phone. Manager doesn't know. Then who knows? So
Ambiguity.
So we have to do, I mean, they are asylum seekers. They need support.
Yeah.
They have left their house. They have left their relatives. They have seen
Atrocities. Yeah.
You have to have these paper, first of all, translated.
And again, most of them have probably lost their loved ones. It could be the husband has been killed, the wife has been killed,
so I have to
rape and things like that.
Yeah. So why do I have to spend my time for these things? You have to make sure these rules and regulations are good. Some rules are good. When you are not using, turn the light off. I understand, that's good. But you can't have a television?
That's not good. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still on CLTV with Mr. Abdul and Sister Nana, and we are asking you to like, share and subscribe to our show so that we can reach as many people as possible to benefit from this very, very fruitful expertise from Mr. Abdul and the experience that our Sister Nana is sharing with us. It's a great pleasure to be with Sister Nana here. We really appreciate you being very brave to come and talk about your situation. And then I think listening to your story, it can help many people out there, because when we're talking about mental health in African community, many times many people think it's all about somebody picking up things on the street and become completely crazy, naked on the street. But that's not the case. The problem is mental health issue can affect anybody. It could affect professional, it could affect people working in different kind of sectors. It could affect men and women, boys and girls alike. So thank you a lot, Sister Nana. And can I just ask one question quickly before we continue with our show? Sometimes some people feel that they don't have any joy to live. Do you sometimes experience things like that? Est-ce que comme la période des fois senti bongo?
Yeah. Sentir lonely,
Right, sometimes I feel like there's no joy to live, and you feel lonely, there is no joy to live, and
So whatever things which I told that you do this, so can we ask Sister that after listening to this, did she feel any changes in her thinking or mind, or she feel maybe a little bit relaxed or anything?
Alors, si manayo koyoka makambo oyo na uti koloba, ba conseil na pesi que ce que vous sentir aux un problème de santé mentale, au sala boye boye makambo na koloba. Est-ce que moni keko ko sungayo? I will try to do all that. And I believe it will help, but I will try.
Yeah. And the sister said that sometimes she feels no joy, nothing to do, and where do I go, what will happen? For the faith community, I would say go regularly to the mosque, church or temple.
Alors, nakasi nde commence à lober que des fois esengo osatelo mo ezate pona bandeko yo bazali na foi C'est-à-dire baza bato yo bazalaka na croyance moko songolo conseil nange ozala kokende na église na yo régulièrement. Ou bien sûr baza musulman kokende pe na mosquée régulièrement.
And volunteer work.
Peut aussi la travaux volontaires.
Involve yourself to help those who have problems, and that will help your problems to go down.
Et vous allez bien, yo mo pe o mi pe ça pour nous sunga bande ko suba na problème. Plus o mi spesi go sunga ba mo ba pe na yo pe ya yo mo ko ikokita. Right. Thank you very much for watching. We're still on our show and we are going to have a small break and we'll be right back.
You are now watching CLTV. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Welcome back to CLTV and we have another guest who has come to join our show. Is Miss Chantal Mousouamba. Bonjour madame.
Bonjour papa.
Alors, est-ce que quoi qu'on s'est présenté pour que bandeko ba landi, ba téléspectateurs, ba yo?
Comme on a Chantal Mousouamba, naza congolaise, mais naza mboka iki.
Right, my name is Chantal Mousouamba. I'm a Congolese and I live in the United Kingdom. Alors, Madame Chantal, Olandi ba intervention, il y a Monsieur Abdul Shakur, Oyo, Azali professionnel en matière de santé mentale, avec Oso Anabiso Awa, histoire na yo izali.
Bon, histoire na
You have just listened to Mr. Abdul Shakur, who is a professional, and he's sharing, he has been sharing his experience on mental health. So, what is your story?
Histoire nange eza na ndenge naza na kati na mboka oyo. Ntango nayakaki ndenge ezalaka nakendeli nabwaki ngunda. Apres avoir kobwaka ngunda bapesi nga ndako mofandi. Apres avoir kopesa nga ndako batali makambo na ngai ti apres bayomona ke baboyi makambo na ngai.
Right, when I came in this country, I sought for asylum and I was provided with an accommodation. And then shortly after, my case has been dealt with and rejected.
Ntango baboyi makambo na ngai en tout cas etumisa nga makasi parce que na mboka oyo naza na famille te oyo ya ngai.
It was very hard for me to be rejected, for my asylum case to be rejected, because in this country I have no family members of my own.
Epesaki nga mpasi parce que place oyo nayebaki ke nazwi place ya kozala me babimisi ngai.
It was really painful for me because the place where I was provided to stay, I've been thrown away.
Ntango babimisi nga na kokende epai wapi naza na esika kokende te, ndeko moko abengaki ngai yaka tofanda na ndako wana.
And I did not really know where to go, but a friend of mine just called me to stay with her in her house. After staying with my friend for a short period of time, she threw me away from her house as well.
Donc, parce que ozaka donc naloba mutu akotelengana ofanya mwa muke mutu aboye ofanya mwa muke donc ezopesa pasi donc kinga eza te ozomona mutu pasi mutu ebongaka na vie oyebi ke oza quand même esika ya kofanda.
And it's very painful in this country because you are thrown away, you don't know where to go, where to stay, and all this is triggering into my memory, my mind.
Donc nde naza boye eloko wana ederangeanga mpo naza mpenza na esika ofanda te et puis pongi moyen pongi ya malamu eza te.
At the moment it's very hard because I can even not sleep. How can you sleep with all these kind of things?
Yeah. So at the moment she is living somewhere.
Est-ce que pour le moment je fanda quelque part?
Bon, nazofanda quelque part ezaka mutu apesi yo mpona ntan moke eza te esika oyebi ke naza vraimen esika na nga ofanda mwa ntan moke jour oloba nobima obimi
I'm somewhere, but the problem is you are there. I am there just for a short period of time, and they can tell you, they can kick you out at any time.
Right, I see.
It's a lot. It's like kind of future uncertainty.
So has she got solicitor?
Est-ce que vous avez un avocat?
Non, avocat, nazalaki na avocat na Londres, po ntango nakitaki, nazalaki na Londres kaka bato toyebanaki na bango, nazwaki avocat na Londres, na ndenge makambo esila boye nazwana na avocat.
I used to have a solicitor, but after they have no solicitor at the moment.
Right. And the area is the same Salford.
Mpe uzofana Salford pour le moment?
Yes.
Okay. In Manchester, the organization Refugees Action.
En Manchester, tu as une organisation qui a Refugee Action.
And then there are other organizations which can help to find the solicitor. I can send you the links today. I've got the links for Greater Manchester, which I will send you and you can pass it on.
Right, Mr. Shakur, I think we are in this kind of situation, so you can see, given the COVID-19 environment, or pandemic realities, which is also part of your expertise.
Of course.
And somebody who is already in such a situation, and then you have the COVID-19 breaking up, it's triggering the mental health issues, isn't it?
It is affecting, and because a lot of people lost their job, lot of people lost their loved ones, plus staying in the house, locked down, that affects a lot on your mental health.
Perdre misala, batebele ba perdre bandeko na bango kufi na session ba Covid oyo, ajouter à cela bo kamani peka na bandako do nyonso oyo ezopesa ba problème de santé mentale comme sous makasi koleka.
Yeah. Also in her case, in sister's case, in this country the one thing is good, like it's a welfare state. There are solutions and there are ways. It's just sometimes we don't know where to go, and that is crucial. So it's like if we guide her or tell her where to go and where she can get help, that will reduce her at least 50% of stress.
Eloko bien na mboko yo, to na mboka moko ma nyonso ezali mboko yo eloko na eloko ezali. Déjà la question est orientée on esika ya bien. Oye basiko likama boyo za solution ngo wapi na osungo na yango. Tant au sala yango pona yo, au moins peut éco réduire ba problème ya santé mentale aux yango, peut ko réduire ba stress aux yango.
Yeah. Because as far as I know, once the case is refused, then it goes into appeal as well. I'm not expert of immigration laws.
Nazali expert na metali loi ya immigration te, mais na bi que ce dossier mo boya ki yango, bo sa pe recours.
Yeah. So that we can find out. I will find out and send you all the links about solicitors, about other housing things, council, whoever.
Alors ngana okende na otinde la bino, na revera ba lien nyonso o esengeli pona makambo tali ba avocat, makambo tali nyonso na esika wapi lisuye kozwa.
Yeah. And also I know she has gone through a lot.
Na ebi ke olexi ba tam ya mabe penza e bele na vie.
Yeah. And I also understand that person who is going through all these things, only that person knows how hard it is. Other people cannot know.
Na ebi pe su que na ndingo lexa ma vraiment e bele ya makasi ya passe na vie. Ezaka yo moko muto lexa mo comprendre la situation na yo. Ba dum so ko entouré bo e ba bango ya compensateur.
So now, if what she has to do, she has to follow like connecting, keep links with friends.
Alors, eloko ya munene sengoye ba eza fo lukoza tuna connexion oza baninga
and exercise.
Et puis on sabe exercice.
The more walk and exercise will reduce.
It helps. Kotambola kayo moko na makolo, tout ça to sabe exercice ndenge wana e osunga yo makasi pe na niveau santé na yo.
Yeah. And all the links I will send you.
Mpe na ba lien oyo na otindela yo ba contact wana.
Yeah. That right. We can do.
I think it's very important. Bandeko balandi na lingi olanda biso très bien pour comprendre. CLTV, c'est la télévision de l'intégration. C'est la télévision qui vous aide. C'est la télévision de connexion. C'est la télévision qui permet que vinayo na kati ya UK et vous à moi sens moko esengeli. Donc le ko la bomo mesano vous trouverez que na kati ya CLTV tozomema baprofessionnel ezaka te masolo ya balabala non eza bato oyo bayebi eloko nini bazosala lelo toza na Abdul Shakur c'est un expert tokozala na baavocat ya immigration bakozala awa tokozala na baavocat oyo tali basanté ya makambo mosusu baautisme etc bakozala awa tokozala na baexpert na makambo ya ndenge na ndenge donc pour essayer de vous connecter bana ya mboka na bo bénéficier vraiment na mbuma ya mboka oyo pe masungi eza na mboka oyo so lelo ezaki mokolo ya kitoko kozala ndeko Abdul mpe tozalaki na ndeko Nana mpe lisusu na ndeko Chantal. Alors madame Chantal nana mi ko poser une question momuke elo ni sa ko pasi makasi na mboka oyo. I just wanted to ask you one question. What is really hurting you a lot during the time you are in this country?
Elo esala nga pasi c'est parce que nde naza bo vraiment nga pongi ndenge za batu ndenge balobaki muto fola la 8 heures du temps nga alala ngote.
Right. What is really painful for me is you know a human being should sleep at least 8 hours. But I don't sleep.
And the reason is all these worries.
Donc ozola take up on a premier makambo zote msona mtu.
Yeah, makambo
Yes.
Has she got GP?
Est-ce que vous avez un GP, médecin de famille?
Naza na GP depuis Covid ya kiboye. Baba na kopesa nga bakisi mpona problème ka ya pongi wana. Bon, depuis Covid ya komika kobenga na telefone na benga bango na telefone mpo batindela nga bakisi. Bayebisa nga napesa bango adresse na ngai ya pharmacie naza nango pembeni depuis napesa bango en tout cas depuis Covid ya natikala esungoza bakisi.
Right, I have a GP and I used to have medication, but when COVID-19 broke up, everything is dealt with over the phone.
Yes.
They did ask me to provide them with my pharmacist address, which I did, but from that time up to now, I've never received any medication.
Well, you see, the best thing is if she knows who is the GP. Now, the telephone system is working. Rules are relaxed. She should phone to the GP surgery and make a consultation appointment with doctor, and doctor will ring.
Oui, je pense que le rôle à psychotosa, moi ma camope me bien quand moi Covid et c'est les bisami, téléphone mon salaire bien et vous avez madame so ebi GP na yo, benga ba na kombo a GP, oye bisaba on a besoin GP benga yo, GP a benga yo.
And I will send you the link of Salford's where she can phone, and those people will help her to reconnect with GP or any problem.
Na opesa yo pe lisusu ba coordonner ya batu mo wana Salford, organisation na Salford uba bango ba kosunga yo. Kozongisa GP na yo na contact na yo, pe GP na ko benga yo.
Yeah, I will send you the links today.
Na utindo ya lelo. Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Shakur, for coming.
Thank you.
It's my great pleasure to have you here, and you are a blessing.
Thank you very much.
And,
thank you very much for inviting me here.
My pleasure. It's the beginning of the journey.
Yes, yeah, we will meet again.
So we will meet again. Any word that you would like to conclude this show? The last word for you, please.
The thing which I would say is that the faith communities and faith leaders can play a really good role.
Et là, on a l'obéza que la organisation oyo etali makambo ya foi, c'est-à-dire l'église, responsable d'église, va jouer rôle moko ya munene.
Yeah. And they are playing good role. Like if you see during pandemic, yeah, they were open for people like food bank. Maybe worship was not taking place, but food bank, church were open, mosques were open. Yeah, all these church, mosques, temples, they were open and So I think my last word is that if you have any stress any worries, don't leave it to yourself.
Alors, eloko nanga suka ena lobeza soki oza na ba stress, oza ba inquiétude, kotika yango kat na yo moko te.
Yeah. Talk to somebody.
Solola na moto mo songolo.
Yeah, there is always somebody is
Eza
available.
toujours na batu o bazali disponible pour na songo.
And if they need the links anywhere in Greater Manchester, and especially in Oldham, Thameside, I'm always there. I can provide
Soki oza na
them.
besoin ya lien na Greater Manchester, na Oldham ou bien na Thameside, toza na tokosonga.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Maman Chantal, est-ce que vous avez un mot de la fin? Peut-être sur le temps pour le voir.
Vraiment,
Mot de la fin.
nasepeli mingi na ndenge bokanisaki koyeba mpe lolenge nini nga nazobika vraiment.
I am very grateful to see that you were interested in me, to know how I am living.
Esepelisi nga soki oza na bato bazokanisa mpe mpo na yo ebakisaka mpe
I'm very, very happy if you know that you have people who are thinking of you. It makes you happy, and it can only increase the level of confidence in your heart.
Of course, it will.
Is that bongo way?
napesi merci na pasteur puis merci na papa.
I'm so thankful to Reverend Pastor and to Abdul.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. This is CLTV. Please remember to share, to like and to subscribe on our channel. We are here for you. This channel is for you, to help you and your family. Make sure you can call us whenever needed. We are here. We can pinpoint you to the professionals. We can guide you to find the right support, the right help that you need for you and for your family. Please don't suffer alone. Turn to us. We're here for you. If we cannot do something to you directly, we cannot do anything directly for you, but at least we know who we can contact to be so helpful to you. Many thanks indeed for watching. Thank you, Mr. Abdul, and thank you, Sister Chantal, and thank you, Sister Apoko. All the best, and enjoy your day.
Forevermore. What you say is what you do. You never fail, you never change. You are faithful till the end.